Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about starting out the lead change. This was the hardest part for me to learn of becoming a horse trainer, was changing leads, just because it's so easy to get in a fight with them against your hands, against your feet, just make them upset in general. It's so easy to go wrong. And I've tried a lot of different methods, I've learned from a lot of different people, and I've finally found some things that I do that I think really help me make that seamless transition. Now, lead changes are never going to be perfect from the start, or at least very rarely. There's very few horses in my career who have just picked it up like that and never gone through a stage of struggle. So keep that in mind when you are training your horse to change. But I'm going to show you guys a drill today that I just started using and kind of came up with myself over the last couple months. And it really has helped me prepare them for the lead change. So I'm really excited to show you guys this today, and this should help you initiate your lead change before you start asking for it. The first thing that I think about is before I start changing leads, they need to be able to move their hip to each side of their shoulder with control. So I start this at the walk, and it's as simple as making sure that you can pick up your horse and that you put on a leg back by the back cinch, and that they learn how to move that hip over, like so. You can see I hold the shoulder straight and I make the hip go to the inside. And I need to be able to put their hip there, because when I change leads and I move their hip to that space, that's when their brain is going to tell them to change leads, is when they're on the incorrect lead and it's uncomfortable for them because their hip is where the new lead is. For example, if I want to move the hip to the right, my hands are straight in front of me, my left leg goes on here, and the hip moves over and the shoulder stays straight. And if the shoulder's diving over there, I can bring her this way, have her head slightly to the inside. At this case, if I want the shoulder to go to the right, the head is slightly to the left, and I can make her cross over in front, and that means she's moving her shoulder. See that right there? That's just me moving her shoulder over and containing that shoulder. I want to make sure I have that on my horses going both directions, and I want to make sure that I can go back and forth with their hip both directions. So those are the buttons I need before I start working on my intro to the lead change drill. I need to be able to move the hip each way and control the shoulder each way. Now, once you have that at the walk, trot, even the lope, then you can move forward to this drill that I put on all of mine before I start changing leads. So I'll start on my left lead here. I'll set her up, put my right leg on, cluck to lope. Very nice. Now I'll make sure that I have her mind first. I want to be able to lope around on a loose rein without her leaving me. All right, so now I'm going to go into my counter canter. You can go at a slight diagonal on to the other side of the arena. Now my right leg goes on by the back cinch. Hands are keeping her head straight, slightly tipped left. And I'm going to hold her shoulder to the inside with my hands. Now this is a position I want to be able to put her in. So keep my hands open, even space apart, and just hold her head straight, slightly to the left. You'll see my left foot is by the shoulder, telling it to move in. My right foot's by the back cinch, telling the hip to move out. And you'll see when she gets it, she lowers her neck because her body gets soft. So I've got my right spur touching here, and I'll just roll it a little bit until I feel that hip move out, and then I'll let go. And then when she pushes it back against me, put it back on, move the hip out, and let go. So I'm just going to keep on putting this right leg on by the back cinch until it moves out, and then taking it off. And then when she pushes back into me, like horses do naturally, I put it back on, move her back over, and take it off. And then once I feel her hold it for a moment, I'm going to say something to tell her to break down, and I'm going to keep this right leg on near the back cinch, which is going to tell her to stay off the leg. And you'll see she'll probably push into it. So here I'll say, easy. And there you can see how her hip went to the right, I kick it right back out to the left. And I make sure that at the trot, I can put her in this position. Very good. Now when I feel that she holds the position at the trot, right foot forward, left foot back, move the hip over and reverse the position and pick up the new lead. And when she raises her head, pick up and give pressure with my hands. I've got my left leg on here still, showing her that position, and now fully release. Now that's the drill that I work on with all of my 2-year-olds for weeks, even months before I start changing leads. I've done this for a few days with her. I'm going to do it for a few more, and then hopefully we're going to circle back with her in a few days and try the first lead change or two and show you guys how I handle that.